Moving on. So it was Deb Haaland's confirmation week. Haaland, of course, is the first Native American woman to be potentially promoted to a cabinet position at the Department of the Interior, which is huge because, of course, the Department of Interior runs the Bureau of Indian Affairs. So there was a lot of Republican pushback on Deb Haaland's nomination because they think she is, quote, too radical to manage natural resources, federal lands, and programs related to the country's indigenous communities. She's too radical as an indigenous woman to oversee programs related to indigenous communities. Does anyone realize how absolutely outrageous that sounds? But multiple surveys and polls show that GOP lawmakers are largely out of the mainstream on where many Americans stand on environmental issues. So rather than celebrate her nomination and recognize the historicity of it, they turned it into basically a discussion on fossil fuels and then used that to lambaste her and her radical liberal wing views.
Hallelujah! Holy shit!
Yeah, that's that button kind of just sums it up. And Jennifer, I think you nailed it on the head. It is stunning that it could even be suggested that an indigenous person with the credentials that she has is too radical to be oversee, among other things, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, of which I have said many times makes things like the Department of Education and HUD look incredibly well run. In comparison, it's what they're it's not. I hate saying because you don't know. You're waiting for me to get to my flipping point, audience. This all just comes down to we want unfettered access to gas, oil, mining, and we don't want to pay for it. And that's what it all just comes down to. I would have a lot more to unpack on that story with a lot of F-bombs, but